Bugs in Claude Code are derailing my Hermes Agent workflows. So I saw this tweet last night where some guy lost $200 using his Hermes Agent with Claude Code. And what's really going on there is it burnt through his extra usage credit. To explain what's going on here, when I first started using Hermes Agent a few weeks ago, I used Claude Code as my AI provider, right? So I'm using my Hermes Agent to harness the power of Anthropic's Claude Code. And when I first started using this, you could create an account with Claude Code, and I signed up for the $100 max plan. And then I was able to connect my Hermes Agent to my Claude Code account, and then I was able to do all this really cool work using my Hermes Agent. So a few weeks into that, Anthropic decided to change some of their policies, and they wanted to make it so that you had to go through the Anthropic API and pay for your tokens individually. And what I noticed is shortly after that, that the Opus 4.7 was released, and then it seemed like Hermes started working through the OAuth again. I was able to go back and work the way I was working, and I didn't know until I saw this tweet, and I ran out of credits yesterday, and I wasn't able to use my Hermes with Claude Code anymore. And someone else made this tweet and explaining what's going on here is it was actually drawing from the extra usage. And so when I pulled up my account, I saw I had the same problem, right? When they reset the way they did things, when Anthropic changed the policy, they came back and they gave you this extra usage credit. And so I had like $100 of it, and I ended up burning through it all. And if you look through the weekly limits, it's barely touched that at all. So right now they're arguing, and there's a lot of pressure being put on to Anthropic to change the policy back so that these third-party harnesses can use Claude Code again, just with a normal account. In the meantime, I've got projects I need to do with my Hermes agent, so I've decided I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move over to Open AI. They have the GPT-5.5, so I'm going to go and I'm going to take my Hermes agent. I'm actually going to change my provider over to Open AI. So I'll put in here Hermes setup, Hermes setup, typo, and I have OpenClaw. I started out using OpenClaw before I even found out about Hermes Agent, and what I found just after a few days of work is that I believe Hermes is a better option for me. So we'll go ahead and not import the OpenClaw stuff, and I'm going to do just a quick setup here. So I've been using the Anthropic's Claude, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch my Hermes Agent over to the OpenAI Codex. And I'll go ahead and I'll re-authenticate. And it'll give you a link here to go over to OpenAI, and it gives you a code. And so when I'm done with this video, I'll have to go back and change this so that nobody can steal my code. But go ahead and open it up here and sign into our account. And then I can continue. And I can paste in my code. So it says I'm now signed into my Codex. And here I'm watching my Hermes. It says waiting for the sign in, login successful. Wants to know which model I'd like to select. I'll go ahead and select the GPT 5.5. And we'll skip the messaging for right now. And it wants to know would I like to launch my Hermes chat. We'll go ahead, yes. And here we are. We fired up. And welcome to the Hermes Agent. And I'm going to test it out here. We're running the GPT 5.5. I'm going to say make some cool art. And we'll let it formulate here. See if it comes up with something cool this time. Maybe something edgy. Maybe something a little, you know, out there. Here we go. Hermes runtime. Plus a little bonus, terminal gremlin. Oh, I love this, the terminal gremlin. All right, guys, so I'm going to be using the GPT 5.5 going forward, and I've got to finish that Hermes runtime game before the